Little Quiva Gleeson was born on the day Tipperary played Kilkenny, so today her dad, Darren Gleeson from Portrush, finally gets his chance between the pups. Johnny Ryan is a league debutant and joins his first cousin Pat Burke in the half-forward line. Ryan O'Mara continues at full forward with John O'Neill and Shane Burke in the corners. 2 games, 2 defeats, and struggling Waterford are now without groin-injured Pádraig Mahoney. Ballygunner Shane O'Sullivan will start in the half-forward line that also contains Shane Walsh and Gavin O'Brien. Michael Brick Walsh and Stephen Malumphey form a very strong midfield partnership, but the attack seems to lack incisiveness and penetrating path.
Jesha an unsi Richard and Canchin Lechik Paul Curran, Captain No Hibrador. Titchinchi fall in a kick and Jack and Kenny or Noy. Wishak Jimmersha Eglifit Vanach Club Namoon and Norris in the Munch and it's Jesha Paraborg, Brandon was Brennan Jishin with Jess on Thief Shaw, Clashishin, but a Hurling a Paraborg. Shade score.
We come on where an old sea shin and there on Ora hoist just Jack and Chin agus on no matter for Paraborg and Sitter Shin near Evachen Road in the Cown agus Anna Creen is taking Shin. Cooling
Watching the Tipperary Reach, obviously Johnny Ryan, Johnny could wagon Leroy Fekeg, good Sean Campton and Mishtach and Chinnis. Well, in fell down to short Jeshnish Paraborg and Forest Bar Hubels. On Creen, oh, fucking a series of Hondo, Lugis Han Campton against Tasha Shahan on score run. Tasha Shin Fek against Hochminik, Tim Shan Ivla Cleoch, Droch Fast at Chinnigan, Tirchistach and Love with Tony Brown. Gorma enters the Tony as they put some Mahig show, Dr. Michael Cahill or Paul Curran of Fanafin Ganshin with Martin O'Neill, Tarrant Fontatalo, Nish, Canchin Curran Keenige. It's a Gary Ordonish, Gavin O'Brien, Ilin Gary, Gavin O'Brien, Roy Gary, Gavin O'Brien. Hansefer or Darren Gleeson, Lishna Puckanamach. How much of a corner Lishna Hammer to each Canchin Butcher Trasted, Pádraig Mahoney, Gary Shellval, Rishis Filaher. Wadney spoken Leroy Fekig and Namarata, Shane O'Sullivan, Jeshnish Ignore McGrath, to Am Ignore and Era to Hesh. Lower Shin, but Hall McGrath.
Pass Garrett and Shin, pass Garrett Creen and Shin on Pádraig Mahoney. Agus Anna Creen, Noel McGrath again off. Maradort McDarragh, Riven Cleha and 10 Dina Wanders and Tussiha, a V gamer, the Cleha Canish.
Fortunately, Stephen Malumphey, Canjas, Ishil Butcher, Stephen Malumphey, Stach, draw Paul O'Brien, Paul Fivro and Chin, Agus will fell Genter Paul O'Brien, Egg, Dunamaher, Thaw, Martian is. Ein Hurling Deuk, score take Martin O'Neill, Riven Yohagas, Shannon score. On score, good job.
Shav Wolshen Council Limwinin, Wolshen Sock Lodre, Agus Dira Current Rastan. The event out in Agana Martin, a corruption council of Dulher and Rastan Arenas.
He scored the Portlauriga Martian Agus reached Darren Gleeson and Tussig Skipwinch and Canchin Litrasta, Smachty Brendan Maher, Passishal. Father John O'Neill, Koshot, the Astley Halo, Philip Mahoney, Jeshnishik John O'Neill, will she shinami hard Trasnan, Sheelam go well, Agus on score the Inchenik John O'Neill.
Anna Lockford, past Jas and Shin, no, Brendan Maher, Agus and Lewis, again Condul Harta, Philip Mahoney and Shin. Philip Mahoney, Agus Dira Current Dress.
Mahoney, Doch, with Lewis, Agus Beda Goshin, the Sunrochin, and Pukamachin, Brendan Maher, Gary, Smachto, Brendan Maher, Tarrant Fontatalo, and Well, much fun to tell you about the refiller. No much. Shantish John O'Neill, August Han Doris score to John O'Neill, August and Dory can August the Berdach gate can.
And out Tabuntash to get how have Louis Stanley land out fishing a first pass all in the chin. August Dira Current Rastan or a Havella. Cooling a one or a heavy yes, August Colin.
And Tab Berno go Kerry Colin into the four, August Caha Portlauriga of a Cormachona, just Slad of a Gentle Puckamachin, Bull, the Hallinta, Stephen O'Keefe, Father Shane O'Sullivan, Club Kenner Noyd and Vertica. Zagadash and catcher Butcher Stachanish Kit, I get yourself Tashi Foot and a Lakincho, a Paul O'Brien is shot, Shantor Colik, Shane Welch on, Tawa Jenty, Darren Gleeson, Renna Gleeson, no Mahachin. As Jessica Gussendor talked to Mahachin on, Local Gentle, Bedrochi Glanta Fos, Jessica Michael Cahill and pass Lava Trasta Conor Mahoney, well, the Jessica the Jesha. Pass all in Ishil Trasta, which is Shane Burke. Shane Burke a Galo, Tasha Galo Darafais and Burke, a Brown August Burke, a lot of clay, Harry Traston, Pat Jetarog or Casa Keracholi Nation.
Shag and Dolphiani Hand Signation Shin Cool score a la Kamid Ardvulla, a horse the Aaron Gleeson, Rinish Gahin took Feckershinish. Pass live and Shin, August Anna Fucka Joe and Shin, or Shane Walsh, a Kadishin Marhavile, August Krogok, they can cool.
Shane Welch, better than Machshatish, Kush came a Hogal or Lativ, Gamachtohan Gentig, a pass tries to draw Morris Shanahan, Nish, Jimmer Morris Kamahan, Kilconia, Tasha Casa Hart, chance of scoring Morris Shanahan, Morris Ord, Morris Hart Traston, Chúr sin Mishnagov.
Gan dawt imror muinínach is maras agus táis ag gur immer se amach i gwine na cuit an dawna se caite agus tá winning sin le feicáil si tá se sulir.
Well, Darren Gleeson Camwits Rollish stoppa agus Jesha Hurto na Hemmert at points. But Neil Jesha going to job. They're not serious agus Eshin fights a hard bar Channing Pabork and Ishama. Havadal Shane Bork Neil Lane Ray Latra Shane Bork or August score ele fights Shane Bork. Tá tosa Hibberdorna Janice Chris.
Tá gan dawt tá si ag dolam imona good gno go jazz netan sin agus Barna jazz oscailt a sósa có seach gólíní fight a cogadí seo. Seach din ag dó. Ard Colin and sin. Ard Colin near event doubt in Agna Corruption, Abata e Jorge Fadalish and Cole, agus we Czech slat las bar eilige. Let no and count sin a score I'll better.
Declan Ryan and Chinach no better go vitvi are going to pass nach will the concentrate chassis soccer though Porrick Maher in the rees there and Pascal Rish Conor McGrath and Canchan later to go back Stephen Malumphey Shnan 10 run from Pascal Garsha or just fed on the passing Garamach John O'Keefe for Chin a chassis lawyer from Ganchan Roger Brendan Maher could walk and slitter feck Brendan Maher good Jisha Maher going to roar and it's Trashas Maver and look I'll gente Kevin Moore and Chinish get that could you the Kevin Moore and that's just Jamie Nagel the Gavin O'Brien beyond shot Jamie Nagel and his shell fought Jamie Jennifer Mahalo Agazi Butcher Stahagan Chinner Hiven Lava Clay Bertha Tibberdorn Fanat Chin Amaris Shannon Gary all Tom Michael Cahill got sheer Fotty Michael Cahill tarring his sheer well Tom Shitter Bunch of Jehenchin August Fotter Jonathan Glantamahig Donamaher is Shamach Dolorna Park Tarrant Crua and Chin Genta August Shane O'Sullivan August Shelley Fotchik Shane Nish Shane has been ever scored Todd Jessica Austin Shan goalie Shan August Bisham Butts or the Shane O'Sullivan Brannish Shin Tasha Shin needs fire Fort Lauriga
Jagged out on score and Shin Shane O'Sullivan nor a vision Gloshik Shin Shees Hannigan Slitter Cricket August Bisham winning a color as a fan contort for score August Shin fight again
Pokemash Skipper Nish No McGrath got a shot to Lord Bertha Fanatich and Dinajivish Pabork and Ishik and Passaragaji Brian O'Mara Tasha Garishak her goal Neil Moore and Fokker there's a goal Bulchish and Sawal Sig Stephen O'Keefe on Towel Gentic Stephen O'Keefe Hamalish and Gan Arena Darren Gleeson so Jeshinish Egg Martin O'Neill Bultek Martin O'Neill how to trust on Shall fight it. Chin Shachavish Dulles Jackson Austin Jenner in Spas and Chin Martin O'Neill Paul O'Brien again Rachel of all Corcusha Kinol Amurduch and Arira Boots are Paul because near Situation Dulne night.
Near of Dine Sharer behind near of Schlitter in the Glack again near of end on Sharer on Capping. Achanish ta Annie Hans Vekashanish.
Well agus focus show hanach will 3 hole in etra agus tradara the shaking.
Near of end out from Galish and Shin agus Shansonish Martin O'Neill Conan Barna lay doing his more
Queer said who's and Joseph Press was going to be Machlar shade to win Chenach and Canchan Nesha Grade of Porrick Maher and Ishuk Chilla Fotiga and Passamahid Porrick Maher with Noel McGrath Noel Canmore meet to Horde Noel McGrath Agus and Canchan Hora Traston Noel McGrath
County into Canchin on Noel McGrath Anna Crean Farron Lider Kego will show Tana Hahi again Marimani
Pat Kevin over Tom Pocamach Skippy show Trish Breher Hussey for Floriga
Jog knock on Ishik Martin O'Neill
More the Gurmud Malak character every Karkung back to show her a trust not. I was good Devon Thaw. To read the Gaffer Kinney to war Minister.
Harlish area.
August Pabork, her trust not.
Sarah Horta the ever bit.
Well, Mark O'Neill on Green on the puck in the series with shop more Gulman Malachter. Oh, which imposter Jenny to Dalmore in his congregation. John O'Keefe at Trastas, Corman Malachter, Bedger Groshing Hartam, Mohif for Target Jagan Enrodro. After Jeshiganish, of his Agira Eluchin or Brendan Maher, never take Maher, a good toe, and then rub all the chin. Can't trust in Shidro. Pabork, a gear of all, thought through Jashuk Timpeler, Jamie Nagel, then a jeep, which he fought at Ignagel. Kika Jahan or the Chinnick Brian O'Mara, Far Lodger O'Mara, Tasha Trish Eluchin, or Kevin Moran, La Hukatsa, and Lord Dente, Brian O'Mara on scoring a shoot. Johnny agus Jessica and Canchan Wool Har Roland ach tá sí bulte ag hína love Jessica so tá Brendan Maher nish agus Canchan kur trust a drop Pabork tá sí bristu síos ach tá Shantonish Bertha fan Noel McGrath and pass alling Noel McGrath with Johnny Ryan is Johnny Ryan the Shans Pager hole ach Johnny Ryan sauce lena Cholin
agad out quid the closer Tipperary and Gohalin could have fechan dorho on net Anna slack for Gajo and Chin Fecker Shin mar pass and Chin on Noel McGrath
Malumfeed sin agus í fáilte ríisiigh Brendan Maher tá Maher Dennis Christen seo Jeisinisig Maher a héanaar cholín tá sí sin builte áirlaí Brendan Maher tá sí builte go háling é Brendan Maher.
Well, má scór tiltte géinear an bar tá scór tiltte ag Brendan mar tá sé gimmart go híonach má ó hús na himar seo fechar seo nar duscail an spás os a chóir amach níor a bhéon dát a go raibh cúlín na fáil.
Í an cóhéiscin se teid ag imróí hibredáin tá sé suntasach an seo. Paul Curran a glanne sin amach fáte th bar fáte an éirí Noel McGrath agus breban an súla pasláva go fáda le Páborg Págal a róir ile níos fear chród ó héin Jeising Páborg Páhar a trastan foioi láthir pat tá se roiis go gona Tipperary.
Gan dá an glúiseacht sin glúiseacht nuair nach míon an slitere a cosisiúid fechar Noel McGrath sin anna údarásach san éir agus an léargas a bhíige chun Páborg a fiocha mascin sin le pasláive agus Borg mar is gona.
Brian Honey can't have Willis actually put a trust to hauling again Chenna's British she's the strength Stephen Malumfeed it was in Cole score until well Mavi Cole a test on Reeve he Cole a test on it
well gone down Kyle sheet Deshi Badness far better Finn Omedo hin number shin of the Hanig and Count Sun trust on Cole Rinna Malumfeed on what hard score
Nish na hashtag no months or has the heart Malumfeed reach agus a sheer Kojo reach Michael Welch chin agus a fell enter Michael She saw fad the Kintse will shoot it Neil. She puts her here so talk Bork top Bork time number to Lana Rai Snatch Steele of into James McGrath Corpay Bork and Nero or 4-8.
Well need dial
and one Morris Shannon on Shelva all Neil on Cancha British Jason Shane Lav local to watching Gavin O'Brien and Togonach Gavin O'Brien Tasha Contort win scored Tashi Bulls or the Gavin O'Brien Tashi Bulls come up Gavin O'Brien I can't score in you.
Well played up. Christian Schlitter Chige agus ní Ravenia ag rit do chun pass a hoga Luig agus hook chef we score agus for Shakolin to gin. Can't score o Gavin O'Brien.
Tokamak Arish. Michael Cahill a bullish tata sin British is fotting Brian O'Mara níl sí smachtaí gur géad iirecht náir dara iirecht an sin agus fotanis agus a teachtamach an sin Michael Welch agus na hashtag é pat tá sé chofeic Robert to go Jason Chin, like Martin O'Neill, Nishkas for the Martin O'Neill, and pass right with Paul O'Brien. Couple came, talking Paul O'Brien and Chin. Go lower came and talking Paul O'Brien and Chin. Kick out to Keane Shane Welch, Jenna Jason John Ross, and John Gleeson, Ulchi Fotting Gleeson, Toshi Fotting Gleeson, or Dara Era, Kulbaracht, Wahanchin, Egg Darn Gleeson, Nish Peter Garnish, a foul pat. They should go on, or Visha Tatamach and Chin. A fan was just in Nimmert, Agus le Noel McGrath, Sheer McGrath, pass, pass, Cosala Joe Canning, pass, Sheer and the law, put the trust in the park and Issues, John O'Neill, right, Kuji McGrath, Rish, and Vetri, a shock rate to the score, Shen Butching McGrath, Driecht, Fuigo, Noel McGrath.
Tom McGrath, Hector Chaspanters and Sean Yo Fresh and FN, and Brendan Maher, he showed the real Tamura tag, Tipperary and Sean Yo, Fecker Shen, Hussik Shen, and don't see. I guess Craignick Shen and don't see not a fortune slither rash. Let's score into it.
Michael Brick Walsh using the short grip, setting up Shane Walsh, who's now operating at full forward. Right in along the sideline. Great score. Something for the Waterford fans, who are few in number here, to enjoy. Great score. Nice little pick up by Shane Burke. Well surrounded, and somehow he managed to get it out past Páborg. Back past Noel McGrath. They did it in the first half, they combined magnificently. They've done it in the second as well. Shane Burke did really well here. Out to Páborg, over to Noel McGrath. White flag raised, another point.
That's when we're in the Stacho. Pass the Machin Agazi, Fatsarishig, Noel McGrath, Jeshik Noel McGrath, score Agus. Well. No reckon to Moster money cards it's just a hand.
Gan doubt agus Caffamid Mulla Horton Shin the Brian O'Mara, Hanisha Macalader and Count Son Ruxa Gramer and Leerod, agus Halahri Shin Tassin Shin the McGrath.
Ní Golin Idun Refornia, Chahanish Falahers, that simple Agus. Will it go Graham Shanachel Tiberdarn, Triu gear, Morris Shannonish or Rohor Chop, Morris Lanat right, Han Pascal Histage. Paul O'Brien again a cancer of trust, a Curtis lower Ebra or Shane Welch Nishigir Richel of all a Gareth Shocker goal, Tasha Emmy Divish go Paul Curran Fosik Shane Welch, Chester Cole will talk a Contalo and Chin, Fortunish Paul O'Brien Ishilach Vidon Dina on, Bantajan Lena Chin, Conor O'Mahony, Nero Dohun, Údarás in éireach sin Kevin Moran is Chile Fotse a Kevin Moran or agus Kevin Moran or him na love Jesha. Rinne Shane Welch come on.
Hagan Shaker. Agus chuig sé síos an sin agus tá sé síos fót.
Talóna. Samar tugachtá Shane Welch sínsa. Walil tá sé cartarí tá sé well tá sé tá jachas ní factorum ní bheith Shane Welch bhád eile streid jahan. Brenna Machachan Glanta Macharísh Michael Cahill. Moran Guy Reachin agus í Fotsig Tony Brown. Tony an Jacker. Dúirtí mogan lína Carcha Cúig agus í Bulta Haratrast anige. Bradarn agus iad Nairi wad ro aga Fort Lorige. Gudí seo is tá 8 fácan na marsin na 7 go le fecharísh an pass trast an sin. O Pebor gudí Porrick Maher. Porrick Maher is Gurrin Jan Green beganin ar gomán ach is lower sin na Porrick Maher. Sandar score Fotsig.
Corha better is Sidera go will the Tipperary get Diana Gomán ar Hossein le lechúlathe ag teach sós an far chum muoíneach son chun cólíní a scóráil. Bin an dar account fight ag Maher an son.
Trí Cara Urin a mar sin. Mach Stephen O'Keefe an sin. Genta go maithigh Shane O'Sullivan. Shane Canchan bút ord Barney sin go maith an tíobh segus tá sí go maithigh Shane O'Sullivan. Scored ach a wad níos múdíobh sin a testáil.
Seagad out rinne sé an ceansan an mar fad. Rug sé go haonntach ar fadach. Rug sé anna chosanta láb, rug sé an slitter agus díirech ar an drastan. Ard score for play though.
Canchan chuir Jachanish Fotsig Noel McGrath. Noel McGrath na Brando is lower sin na Noel McGrath jo.
Tá sé bar a réim an jobh. Maister amachchas amach. Had é sin mar scór agus mar chríne sa ríis. Rinne woodlach amachan an pass a hórtach fechar seo. Orach.
Slítá McGrath gimartinio da meha gír duna warú hiúr gunno go McGrath. McGrath warúcha.
Is cum a cétá bharcáil in jobh.
No, ní tá sé da Mart. Hos simply nor chun chas an lection and Canchan tití agus Brian O'Mara gír sell of all goal and Fotsig Brian O'Mara sin agus Canchan imi har
na bheicatara agus fuimar tá feice going godí seo beag sé mór galore.
Morris Shannon is agus shelf Jeshig Morris ar score sin agus an Canchan but ordig Morris agus score Fotsig Morris. And dar score ige.
Sé for sé ceann amán sa céad le hanimmer sin an dar account ga cholíní fight ige siúd. Ball sin ceann son le winning for play. Hard score.
Darn Gleeson is book amachchas in Canchan. Bristol Shees and Shane mar tá sé tiltte acap. So the Shane Sullivan is in Canchan lev localte Shane Welch gir chelle all fi Roy Paul Curran ordig Shane go jasser dar ear cast Hartich got Illini's fair pro do hen Macadi Kevin Moore Lorna Parker Kevin Cash and Canchan Wolling Scuppy tá sé butch go mai get trasta and is gudi shot a coimer chassis Port Argus mas fell of a shot rate in the score which I took on Talon puck Eric agus pat tá sé chama he Pevik Hogan sa Dolphy in a hole
so
Chevy in a hole now back of Fechon Drumsa. So Shahagan Morrison is which an cool all which Ishal shots a goal like Morris well Peter George in lay stochish hope
Ball sin go maithe Ishal agus Crua Fechar seo ríis Ishal agus Crua
well Leide could you shock goal in this
Seagad out come wad
Butcher Kevin Moore and pass all in Chahanish Jake Dillon Girish in Ordo Tipperary Ordo agus he fights the ration in Tipperary shot Woodlock Cushio Tastic Woodlock the Halo John Steve Malumphey that Kevin Moore the Veers Emmert Wahig Moore that John O'Brien or fall John O'Brien the Bullach Ilan Red the Tipperary Chog Morris Shannon is Sugar's Morris Tucker Contalo is that Tiva Sugar Lena Carcha Coig agus he Bulls ag Morris agus he Bulls are trust on again Chicola thought Angie for that agus Bork gone in for Roherish taking Jahina Holewa and Colin and past Trastanish because he Owen McGrath Shella Fotsinish go McGrath agus McGrath or the well Wahan Pat Rush Hanser le Hanser hold
Did we fair na le hands because we fair elish a machar a heavy and shin we mar nearly some Kevion a fish hands in a renos
Popper passenger Pat agus Dolphy and Honora a Hanish Fotsig Woodlock as Jeshig Woodlock Fraggarts agus Shinata Gentic Tibberdorn Homenik Shinyo Fragrant Chief Laura.
Seagad out nor Ryan sin an chance tá siad bad níos fear chun na chance na sin a chríoch nó agus tá Woodlock ag fiosú do réir chéide teach the ras quick a féin is mahan ru é cáil.
Score more iterations in Canchan Bristol Shees agus an Chile Fotsig Shane Welch titan she why Morris Shannon is agus Fotsig Morris or Dara Irut Morris thought ní smooth a glyphin just a darlad na mar visi gedla she go Jamie Nagel a bowler hitting a lot of clay can fadig Jamie Nagel agus put to go Jamie Nagel
Tá sé oscail tá machchanis Níl Marchal Galús is a bíocht gan ag le hí go súla seo. Ibre fé cóig go teachta seachan sin go tibbre fadar fad.
Sin smachta go háin sinnig Shane Burke sin a clasa hartnis in tíomhas ansa leis agus í búlsa nó tá sé búlsa. Annie Rygers í Noel Magra agus fechan sin pass pointalte stach lá Brendan Maher which is donna seach riach in the score. Sin
Ard score go Joe. Agus bhí butúna sin in a lárin sin ó Hama Stapleton ach deirí leis rudí a chur leis le chéile rís agus críicnig Brendan Maher eile scór íonta. Beidir go bhúla sé thuach dar.
Beidir go bhúla go divan. Mar Shannon is siúgadí Kevin Moran, Kevin búlisteach an trop. A go testa sin butúna sin genta le Donna Maher ach a Paul Corna codú leis. Sin an rudnar dhéanas tibreach butún bín tibreach eile codú leis verifies dena go máin Steve Malumphí ar a seileh áil. Tá Malumphí dena Harcéan an sin in cantanna áil agus í fáitinis agus Saidúr. If go arim agus í corach an céine gacha ní
Thomas Stapleton a rís.
Thomas Stapleton with Devon agus Jessica Stapleton in cantanna bhúla. Come on. Agus é genta aige.
Ard score go Joe an sin ó Thomas Stapleton. Ní a bhéon rud ar fáil chun pass a thóga Luig agus rinne sin cinenne go
mar sin James Woodlock a teachtamach. A chuid genta James Woodlock. Pucamach sin brisistí Michael Cahill fáte an sin is Morris Shanahan Morris a buile ar híomh na láh Jessica agus tití sin Harrod Trasnan. Mala dul an Jessica mar bhfuil siad a fannach leis seach Naríre níl siad má go leir anseo.
Níl héna cethir feite ag Morris. Cúil agus cúlín ó pucanna séire.
Sias agus í fáte rais. Brendan Maher Ishil, Brian O'Mara is tá mór glíhannis. O'Mara gír éú sin ó Liam Lawler. Ní O'Mara tapulach ní Lawler ró hapeach an air. Tá sí fósaigh O'Mara. Tá sé Ilin Gehrig is Brandon Hart Kish Cadí an sé tá sé tortfií an score. Is sin bunti Brian O'Mara Ard score.
Ard score. Ní dáilm go raibh sé géirí tortfií score nó a fór sin ceann son ar a gédul sios a dúmpic sin son agus deag sé an chúl agus daimsigh sin sprach. Ibre fé
Got Chuck Trust in the park at Engagor, Bedon Horn Passientach, Atashi Fotsa, Egg Pabork, a Borrai, Shane McGrath, Nidin score and Chick Shane, Tosh Shane got read, Cheshire score, the Shane, Bultig, Shane McGrath, or a Trust on as an ish, Todd, Tricho Colin score, Tucker. Eileen Shea and Shane, Shane O'Sullivan, Rashkadi, Noel McGrath, Ishtach, Love, a lack, Shane McGrath, Jessica Shane McGrath, or score, Shane McGrath, or a Trust on, Martha Roy, Tagan Hannah Pet. Pascal Garshaw,
on an afternoon when Tipperary scored 31 to Waterford's 215. No doubt about it, Waterford have a lot of thinking to do if they're going to make any impact, not just in the league, but in the championship. Full-time score in Semple Stadium, Thurles, Tipperary 31 points, Waterford 215.
When we set out at the start of the year, we set out to get to a league semi-final, and that goal is still, we can still get there. So we've a lot to play for over the next two games.
Are you worried about the future? Because you've now lost 3 games, 31 points to concede. Things are not going so well, are they?
Of course I'm worried about the defeat and worried about losing 3 games. It's a very competitive Division 1. When you're just starting out, there'll be no easy games. But the manner we played in the second half was the biggest worry of all. We didn't look sharp, we didn't look fit, or we didn't look focused, That's something that has to be looked at. We're going to Galway next week, and that's going to be a very difficult game. So, certainly we have to buck up fast.
Yeah, 2 on the bounce for Tipperary. Trouble, of course, in Division 1A for Waterford. Liam, we look at Waterford in a moment, but one thing you have to say about Tip today, some of their interplay was excellent, and I'm sure you certainly enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, no, it was very, very good. I think, they've moved on so much, I think, from the Kilkenny game. The Kilkenny game seemed to be long, high ball, and they were really struggling to get their hands on the ball. But I thought today their use of the ball was top class. Every time a player got the ball, they were always looking for the man that pop pass, 10, 15 yards away. There's Brendan Maher popping the ball onto John O'Neill. He takes on his man and puts over the point. And, you've seen this a lot. Noel McGrath, I think, played centre forward excellently well again today. And again, he's popping the ball inside to Shane Burke. All of the time they were trying to put the ball into the man that's the best position to score. And as I said, they struck some wonderful points. 15 points in the first half, 16 points in the second half. 31 points. That's a score that'll win any match. And again, I thought right through they were very, very impressive today, and as I said, such a change from maybe the day against Kilkenny where it just seemed to be one-way traffic, just trying to strike the ball in and hope for the best. But today, they definitely had their game hats on. They were moving that ball well, and they were a step above Waterford in every sector today.
We talked, Liam, a moment ago about Cork going through the transition. Young fellas like Conor Lehane coming in, who will be presumably the future of Cork. Over the years, Tip have been going through that as well. And if you look at players like that were there in your time, Pádraig Maher coming in, Noel McGrath, fellas like that, they're the lads now that Tip fans will be looking to.
Oh yeah, I mean there's huge leadership in those two guys you mentioned, but I mean right throughout the field today there was leaders. But I mean these two are exceptional hurlers, all-star material every year, And again there's Pádraig putting the ball down into Noel. As I said, Noel McGrath 6 points in play at centre forward again today. That's massive leadership. I think Brick Walsh might want to see him coming again. He seems to have a habit of getting a few scores off Brick. But I felt sorry for Brick too, because when guys around you are winning, Noel just breaks onto the ball. And here's Pádraig Maher again. To have a wing back stepping up today and coming up and scoring 2 points, and he does his defensive duty so well. But again, when he gets forward, he just has the ability to break tackles. And this is a man that just seems to be growing in stature, year in, year out. And an all-star again last year, very nearly, and was nominated for close on hurler of the year. But again, I thought he was superb today. And that's as you said, teams will evolve, and you have those type of players coming through in Tipperary. And as I said, they're getting stronger every year.
We saw Davy Fitz that era with Waterford. That came to an end last year. Michael Ryan has taken over, and certainly, as he acknowledged himself in the interview, it's not the start he would have wanted for Waterford. No, absolutely not. They're a team that are really struggling to find their form at the moment. It's clear from their play that they're just really low in confidence. There was really no intensity to their play today. There was no passion, and that's not like a team from Waterford. So there is some pluses to it. I mean, they did score 2-15. Maurice Shanahan chipped in with 1-4. They've got some guys to come back, but at the same time, as a team, they'll be sitting back on. When they go back training next week, they'll be trying to say how are we going to get this team, because if they don't pick it up soon, they're looking like relegation candidates.